Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to the class. And today we are doing an important task, and that important task is as compared to, as you know, the normal studies and the study which has been done in the Cisco Academy. The difference is that here we more emphasize on the skills as compared to the theory, because when you understand the skills, the theory becomes cover itself. So there is no issue about the theory then. So what we are doing today is the following. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing the following tasks today. Number one, we will be building a small network. However, you will see that this small network will also include many things. Build a small network. That is our first task. The second task is, as you can see that on this figure, even if you look at there, you can see that we have the routers here, wireless routers here, we have the end devices here, we have the wireless devices here, we have the wired devices here, we have in the wire, we have the copper, and we have the UTP, and we have the coaxial as well. And in this case, if you look at this machine, gentlemen, this machine is working as a DNS server. This machine is working as a web server. This machine is acting like a DHCP server. And this machine will also act as a DHCP as well. So which means we are learning too many things in this single small lab. Furthermore, we definitely, if these devices have to work, the basic is that we should be able to configure devices. So we will be learning that, for example, how we will configure our end devices, how will we configure our intermediate devices, how will we configure especially our servers. So our servers, which is acting like these three, and I will explain what mean by DNS, what mean by web, or what mean by the DHCP here. Then definitely when you have configured the devices and they are connected to form a network, the important thing is connectivity. The important thing is connectivity. For example, whether this PC can reach to this server or not. And if you look at it further in detail, you will find it that if you look at this part, which means the right one, this might be looking like your home network or a small network where you have a modem. It may be a DSL modem, it may be a cable modem, it may be a PON modem, optical modem. So after this, you have, as is in your home, you have the wireless router, and the devices are connected to this to this device through the wired as well as through the wireless. And if you look at this part is the cloud. Cloud means a big network, like a network of your service provider, It might be PTCL network, it might be the DSLR network, it may be the NATL network, it may be any. And then within this network or this internet or the cloud is connected to some server, which might be the server of this organization, or maybe a web server of any other company like Cisco.com, or maybe DSLR.com, or it might be Siemens.com, blah, blah. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
So these are the three tasks that first of all, we will be building a small network. Then we will be configuring the devices which are here. For what purpose? To get them connected. So because we understand from very basics that these devices are the end devices and the intermediate devices as well as the security devices, we use them in a network for what purpose? To get the connectivity. So that you are sitting at your home and you are connecting to a server which might be in another country. So this is a small network, but it has many flavors. Clear? Okay. Furthermore, we will see as well one thing more. We will be looking at, because our topic is basically the TCP or TCP model, or the OSI model, if you remember, we started with this. So because in the class, mostly we read these models. We study these models only, but we never see them. Here we will try to see them in this network. So this is our objective number 4. And this is our objective number 5. So are you clear with your objectives?
Yes.
Is there any question? Fatima, Abu Zar, Savera, Zahur, please come on. If you have any question about your goals, your objectives, so I may make them clear and then I should proceed. Abu Zar is saying no. What about others? We have Abu Zar, we have Anam, we have Fatma, we have Savera, and we have Zahur. So do you have any query about why we are interested to configure, to make this network? Because it comprises both the LAN environment as well as the WAN environment, wide area network. Because cloud कहाँ होता है? LAN में तो नहीं होता. So that is representing a WAN connectivity. And here it is showing you the access network. Here it is showing you the access network. I hope you remember that access network is a network which connects your home network to the ISP. If this is my ISP, for example, service provider,
Yes.
so this network is connecting my home to this service provider. So such a network is called access network. And here this access network is representing a coaxial cable. Clear, everyone? Which is mostly used by the cable operators. Cable operators. That's the reason, because this is the cable operators network, we are using here a cable modem. Cable modem. And mostly we call this device as a consumer or customer premises equipment. Consumer or customer premises equipment. Okay, so it is clear, it's good, it's nice. So let's start. तो just मैंने आपको ये दिखाया पहले, और अब हम we are trying to work on it. ठीक है जी? तो मैं यहाँ पे इसी काम को करने के लिए what I do that I stop here and I take a new furthermore. And I should clear all my this, what have been written here. If you want to write with you, it's fine, because I have to make it clear. Otherwise, it would look bad. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so I clear it. And now I start from the scratch. And already, ladies and gentlemen, I have provided you this document. I have provided you this document on your WhatsApp group. This has already been provided to you. You can open it and you can see that what is the network. This is the network. Yeah, you can see. And we have to create this simple network using Packet Tracer. And what is Packet Tracer? Ladies and gentlemen, Packet Tracer is a simulation tool given by Cisco to simulate networks, computer networks. And this simulation tool is available to all the Cisco Academy students. Cisco Academy, as you know, students. Free licensed version of this is available for only the registered students of the academy. Make sense? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we start with this task now. So you can see, if you want to open on your screen this figure, it will be nice. But if you don't, your choice. So I will be taking these one by one. I will be taking them one by one and continue them. Fine. So ladies and gentlemen, I go back here, and the first thing which I need is a wireless router. I told you last time that this is the workspace. This is this white board which you are looking at. This is called the white workspace. And here I have the device box. All the devices from Cisco mostly are available on this in this box. So the first device which I need is, for example, I need a wireless router. Have you seen the wireless router? Any one of you who haven't seen the wireless router yet? Not seen? Okay, give me a minute. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, for both the online students and the physical students, this is something which you can see. If I can show you both on the, yeah, so you can see this is this white one or the black one, doesn't matter anything. These are just the boxes, but they are this is from TP-Link and this is from Linksys. So these are the two modem, the access routers, and then you will be taking your next course about the switching, routing, and wireless essentials. You will be configuring these devices in 3 different ways. Number 1 as a router, number 2 as an access point, and number 3 as an extender. Like in this part today, we are using it only as a wireless router. Now this wireless router, you can see, has the antennas for wireless connectivity of the end devices. Moreover, it has an on-off switch. It has a on-off switch, tuck and tuck. Clear? Is it visible? It has a on-off switch here. Moreover, if I can make it a bigger, probably. चल अगर बड़ा नहीं होता तो कम से कम आपको नजर आ रहा है कि it has the antennas, it has the two type of ports. One are shown by the blue color and the other one is shown by the yellow color. Doesn't matter, their color should be something like this. In the other one, if you can see here, one is the orange one, another one is the blue one. But the one which is different is called the internet port. And the 4 which are similar are called the Ethernet ports. What is they called? Ethernet ports. Is it clear, everyone? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, so I go to the intermediate devices, which mean network devices, and you can see when I click here on there, you can see here that it is written network devices. Below in the network devices, I want to go to the wireless devices. I click the wireless devices and I reach to the home router. This is the home router, wireless router. So this is exactly the same. This is exactly the same which you are looking on your screen as well. Clear? Yes. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next thing which you need is the PC, a workstation, and a wireless laptop. Good. So I go to the end devices, as you can see here. And as I click the end devices, I have different end devices available to me. Like, for example, a PC. So what I have to do? Just I have to click it and bring it to the workspace. Simple. I have to click a laptop and it bring it to the workspace. Not difficult. Then what I need further, if you look at the diagram, I need a cable modem. I need a cable modem. So ladies and gentlemen, I go to the network devices, I go to the WAN emulation, and in the WAN emulation, you can see that here it is the cable modem. Here is the cable modem, which is CPE, customer premises equipment. Customer premises equipment. Why it is called customer premises equipment? Because this is the device provided by mostly the company, and it works at the premises of the customer. Right? Okay. After this, what you need? A cloud. After this, if you look at the diagram, we need a cloud, which means an ISP, for example. So I take an ISP from here. I take a ISP from here. This is the PT cloud. This is the cloud. And after this, I need a server. So again, I go to the end devices. I go to the end devices. And in the end devices, I choose a server here and place it here. So does it make sense, everyone? So these are the devices which I need. Furthermore, now to connect them together, I need the medium. I need the medium. So how it will work? Gentlemen, to connect the PC with this router, what I need is the UTP cable. What I need? UTP cable. So this UTP cable, one end will be connected to your PC, and the other port will be connected to the router. Like here you can see, here you can see that my one of the port I'm connecting here. So it is acting like a switch now, and the other part of this port will be connected to my PC. Make sense, Fatma? Savera?
Okay.
Okay. कहाँ हैं आप आपकी दो बाकी friends? Okay, तो continue जी. तो अब medium के लिए what we will be doing? We will go to the connections. I click the connections, and then I go to these are the different medias available to me. For example, if you look at here, this is the console, and you can see here in the center, console. Can you see? Console. Here written console. Yeah. Right? If we go to the next, here it is written the copper straight through. Copper straight through. So to connect, this is the copper straight through cable. The one which I am showing you on the screen, this is the copper straight through cable. So ladies and gentlemen, I click the straight cable. I click my PC, and it has only one fast Ethernet port. Which port? Fast Ethernet port. So I click this fast Ethernet port and go to the router. The router has 4 ports. Router has, as you can see here, 4 ports. So any of the port I can use. So I'm using Ethernet port number 1. Gigabit Ethernet port number 1. Nice. The next, I need to connect my router to this modem. Again, I need another straight cable. So I take another straight cable. I come back to my modem, and on the modem there are 2 types of ports. One is the UTP ports, and the one is the coaxial ports. It has 2 types of this modem have 2 types of ports. One for the coaxial and the other one for the UTP. So you can see this coaxial one will be used between the modem and the cloud. That's the reason I will be using this port here. So I click it here and go back to my router and use, and remember, now this is something which is coming, internet is coming from outside. So which port I will be using? The internet port and not the Ethernet ports. Which port I will be using? Internet port. So that's the reason I connect here to the internet port. Next, I need a coaxial cable to connect my modem to the service provider, which means here I want to show the access network. Okay, so here you can see when I click here at the bottom, you can see coaxial. So it means this is a coaxial cable. So I click it here on the coaxial cable and take it here. I click on the modem, and on the modem, here is the coaxial. I click it here, and this is the coaxial port. This is the coaxial port, port 0. And I connect to the cloud. And on the cloud, you can see we have the serial ports, we have the modem ports, we have the Ethernet port, and we have the coaxial port. So definitely what port I need? Coaxial. So I connected it to the coaxial port, right? And now this cloud will be connected to the server. Again, I need this cable, UDP cable, which you can see on your screen. So, ladies and gentlemen, I click the straight cable, connected to the cloud, and here is the Ethernet port, Ethernet 6. I click to the Ethernet 6 and go to the server and connect it to the faster Ethernet. So the first step is over. At least I have now connected all the devices except the wireless device, which is the laptop, which need to be connected to this access router. ये वाला ये दोबारा करते हैं जी जेंटलमैन। ये मैं इसको उड़ा देता हूं यहां से। उड़ाने का तरीका ये है कि इस क्रॉस को क्लिक करें और जिसको भी उड़ाना हो उसके ऊपर ला के रख के क्लिक कर दें, वो गायब हो जाएगा। अब ये गायब हो गया तो आपको तो क्रॉस मिल रहा है, तो you will be clicking the end escape and it is gone. Now how I will be doing it again? I will be taking a straight cable back. I will go to the modem. On the modem, I have different type of ports. I have the serial ports, I have the modem ports, and I have the Ethernet port. But my server is only supporting Ethernet. That's the reason I go to the Ethernet and I go to the network where again I have a fast Ethernet port. So now they can be connected easily. Clear ho gaya? Is it fine? Yes. Okay. Now the question is that I want that this router should support this laptop. And for this, as I told you earlier, that each device which need to be connected to the network must have at least one NIC card. At least one NIC card, network interface card. So because here is the Ethernet, so here is the Ethernet interface card. Here is the Ethernet interface card. Here again, Ethernet, Ethernet, Ethernet. Here is the coaxial network interface card. And what type of card need to be here? Because it is wireless, it need a WLAN card. It need a wireless NIC, or you may call it a Wi-Fi card. Clear? Now, I have to check whether my laptop have a NIC card. So it's great. If not, I have to plug it. I have to buy it from the market, and because hardware to hum nahi banate na. What we do, we buy the hardware from the market and install within our device. So let me check here, ladies and gentlemen, that I go to my laptop. This is my laptop. I will just click it and my laptop is visible to me. This is the physically how the laptop, you all are using it. So this is the laptop. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this laptop is showing you, this is the on off button. This is the on off button. This is the your Ethernet, and this is called as the IO port. What we call it? IO port. Have you seen the IO port before? I don't expect. This is the IO port. This is the IO port, ladies and gentlemen. This is the IO port. What it is? IO port. In this IO port, what need to be here? Here is your RJ45 connector, and this is connected in this like this. So this is part of your laptop, this IO device. Clear? And what it is? What it is? RJ45. What it is? RJ45 connector. And these connectors are again like here, bundle of RJ45 connectors. So you can take these, you will be using these, definitely we have bought it for the purpose that you will be using it and you will be doing the practice. So what it is? RJ45 connector. So these RJ45 connector is used on this cable, UTP cable, and this cable looks like something like this then. Clear, everyone? Yes. Okay, nice. Anam, are you here? No, she has left. So the next session will be given by Savera. Okay, be ready. Are you ready for this? Okay, so answer is yes. Nice. So ladies and gentlemen, this is your laptop. So it is on. So if you, and you can see here, it is not showing me any wireless NIC card. So I have to plug in the Wi-Fi card. How? First of all, I will shut down this laptop. As you can see here, this is on off button. You can see here, it is yellow, showing it is on. But when I click it, it is become gray, which means off. It is gray, which means off. Now what I'm doing? I'm taking the Ethernet card from this laptop, and I'm placing it in the module here. And now this is empty. So the slot is empty. I'm taking a Wi-Fi card from these modules and put it in my device, and you can see it is showing me an antenna. It is showing me an antenna. Now, which means it is connected. It has the wireless connectivity. It has the wireless connectivity. Ladies and gentlemen, I make it on again by clicking. So as you can see here, it is on now again. Now it need to be, you can see it is connected now. When it has a card, it is connected. Initially, there was no card, no Wi-Fi card. That was the reason it was not connecting to my router. Right? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, furthermore, we can see if it is not connected automatically, what we can do or what we should do. We should first of all go to my router. This is my router, and we will show you that how we connect to these routers. And again, the cable which is used to connect them is the RJ45, this UTP cable. Great. So, ladies and gentlemen, and it will show you a GUI. GUI stands for graphical user interface. Graphical user interface. So you can see here that I click my router and I go to the GUI. Exactly, you can see that what I was showing you, exactly the same is here. Exactly the same is on your screen as well. 4 Ethernet interfaces, 1 internet interface, and you can see the antennas and an on-off button. On-off button here, power. Clear, everyone? Yes. So exactly you can see whatever I have here, the same you have on your screen as well. Okay. But I'm interested in its GUI, graphical user interface. Ladies and gentlemen, I click the GUI and this is the GUI which is visible to me. This is the GUI which is visible to me. Clear? So how we will be configuring this GUI, that is very, very important. Because in nowadays, whether you are at your home, whether it is a business, whether it is an enterprise, like for example, UT is an enterprise, but everywhere you see these access routers. Even in this room, can you imagine how many access routers are there just in this one room? 3. Okay, so the recording is in progress, ladies and gentlemen. Now look at some of the content which I want to share with you. Number one, this internet port, as you have seen, this internet port, okay, this internet port, the port you can see here, as I showed you earlier as well, this port, G, this port is the internet port. Remember, this is the internet port. Correct, Kareem? Now, this internet port requires an IP address. This requires an IP address. This device also needs an IP address. This device also needs an IP address. Every device needs an IP address simply. So here you will define, here you will define, here you will define whether your internet port will get an IP address automatically or not. Automatically means dynamic. And if not, then we call it static. And if it's static, then you have to provide. You got it? Ladies and gentlemen, as I said earlier, that this machine, this server will act as I said earlier, that this machine will act as a DHCP and this is the DHCP of the, let it be, of the ISP, my service provider. So which means this service provider will provide an IP address here. This will provide an IP address here. Yeah, here. So what you feel that what configuration I should choose? Dynamic. What I should choose? Dynamic. That the IP this router will receive from a DHCP server. So which means this will become a DHCP client and this will become a DHCP server. And what is the job of the DHCP server? Provide IP to the clients. What is the job of the DHCP server? Provide IP address to all the clients which are requesting. Make sense? Is it good enough? Is it understandable? The second task which it will be performing, is the Ishtiaq. The second task it will be performing is the DNS. DHCP stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. DHCP stands for Dynamic dynamic host configuration protocol. Is it clear? While the DNS stand for domain name system. Domain name system. What this domain name system do? Definitely, ladies and gentlemen, you always do this task many times in a day, that you provide a URL to your computer. Like for example, netacad.com, netacad.com. But do understand that computer don't understand English. It doesn't understand Arabic. It doesn't understand Urdu, Pashto, French, Spanish. Sorry, no. It only understands 1 and 0s. So this job of this DNS machine is to take from you this value, which means the URL, and provide you the IP address of this machine. Like for example, 192.168.10.20. Is it clear? So this is the job of which machine? DNS machine. So this server, as I told you earlier, will be functioning as a DHCP, will be functioning as a DNS. Clear? So as I am interested in DHCP, so this will provide IP to this port, this internet port of the wireless router. Clear? So that is the reason, ladies and gentlemen, that is the reason when I go to my here, I choose here automatic configuration. What I choose? Automatic configuration. However, if I click it here, you can see here static IP. So if I choose static IP, then I have to provide my IP addresses here, which is not desired in this task. Not, of course, we desire it, but in this task which we are doing today, he is saying that take the IP address automatically from a DHCP server, which is there. Clear, everyone? Yes. Okay. The first task is done. The second task, if you want, I should remove this written task here, so that it should be clear again. Yeah. The second task, we want, ladies and gentlemen, interesting, that this machine is getting IP from here, but this machine is acting as a DHCP as well. This machine is acting as a DHCP as well for these machines. Interesting. Like for example, you people came here and your laptops, your mobiles became connected to our network. And you will see in a minute or within 10 to 20 minutes that your computer has got an IP address. Who provided it? The access router which is installed somewhere here. The 3 access router which are installed within this academy. So which means this machine is acting as a DHCP as well. For itself, it is getting an IP from other, but providing IP to its own clients. You got my point? Yes. So ladies and gentlemen, if I go here, you can see that the option is DHCP server. If I click enable, so it means this will provide the IP. And if I click here disable, sorry, no IP address, I can't provide because I am not a server. But here what we need to do, we want to configure it as a server as well. That's the reason we are saying, ladies and gentlemen, make it enable. And the IP address of this machine, you can make it whatever you want, but in this case, this is 192.168.0.1. This is by default, but you can change it. It's your choice. And something I have in the chat, let me check it. राउटर भी स्टैटिक और डायनामिक दोनों आईपीज दे सकता है। ये स्टैटिक डायनामिक तो देगा, अगर स्टैटिक करते हैं तो नहीं देगा। जैसे कि आपने कहा सवेरा कि स्टैटिक भी देगा और डायनामिक भी देगा, नहीं, अगर आपने स्टैटिक कह दिया तो फिर हर एक को, हर डिवाइस को, जैसे मैंने यहाँ पे ये दो निशान अभी लगाए कि इन दोनों डिवाइसेस को आईपी, ये डीएचसीपी सर्वर जो आपका राउटर है, जैसे आप घर पे कनेक्ट होते हो तो कभी आपको आपके डिवाइस को आपने आईपी दिया है? नहीं दिया। क्यों नहीं दिया? क्योंकि आपके घर में जो राउटर लगा हुआ है, इसी तरह का वायरलेस रूटर लगा हुआ है, ये राउटर आपको आईपीज प्रोवाइड कर रहा है। तो अगर आप कहेंगे इसको स्टैटिक हो मतलब ना दो, ओ सॉरी सॉरी, आपका क्वेश्चन पीछे, आपका क्वेश्चन पीछे, आपका क्वेश्चन पीछे है। आप मुझसे ये पूछ रही हैं कि अगर मैं यहां पे स्टैटिक ले लूं तो फिर क्या होगा? फिर ये इस मशीन से आईपी नहीं मांगेगा। सवेरा, अगर मैं इसको स्टैटिक दे दूं तो तहरीम ये इस मशीन, इस सर्वर से इससे आईपी नहीं मांगेगा, क्योंकि इसके पास खुद ही आईपी मौजूद होगा। इज इट क्लियर? यही आपका क्वेश्चन था सवेरा जी? मेक सेंस? ओके, आई हैव समथिंग इन द चैट जी। ओके, नाइस। ओके, तो अब हम क्या करने जा रहे हैं कि हमने कहा नहीं जी हमें स्टैटिक नहीं करना, हम दोबारा इसको डायनामिक बना देते हैं। क्लियर हो गया? नाउ व्हाट्स योर नेम? समीउल हक। समीउल्लाह। समीउल हक। तो समीउल हक, आप देख सकते हो कि अब ये कह रहा है कि मैं अपने डिवाइसेस को व्हाट आईपी आई शुड गिव। So I said that the gentlemen start from one, your IP is 192.168.0.1, which means this machine, which is visible on your screen, this machine has an IP address 192.168.0.1. As I said, you can change it as well. So if you want to keep it as such, good, not bad. But what the IPs it should assign to its clients? So here you have to define this. So here it is already given 192.168.0.100. You can change it. For example, I make it 50. So its first IP will be 192.168.0.50. What will be the second? 51. The next will be 52. The next will be 53. The next will be 54. The next will be 55, and so on. Now you have to tell him how many IPs you can assign. 10, 5, 20, 50, whatever you decide. So here it is given that the maximum IPs that machine can assign are 50. If you feel that they are more enough, you can make it 30, for example. So now you can see here, it is saying me that if I save with the setting, you will find it here. The first IP will be 0.50 and the last IP will be 0.79, because I have taken here that 30 IPs will be 30 IP this machine can assign. Is it clear, gentlemen? Okay. Now one thing more, and that is this DNS machine address. This DNS machine address. And what is the IP of this? What is the DNS? DNS is, we are working here, DNS is this one. As I said earlier, that this is my DNS. This is my DNS machine. This is my DNS machine where my cursor is moving. And I have to go to the chat to listen to the question. One machine maximum kitne IPs provide kar sakti hai? It depends upon you. And we will talk about in the other chapters, probably chapter number 11, and you will be clear. But here you have to decide, Savera. Here you have to decide. This is server. I will close it. Sorry. I go back. Here you have to decide here how many IPs you want. I chose here 30. You can choose here 40, 50, 60, 100. Okay. Then is the, ladies and gentlemen, then is the DNS. DNS is the domain name system. Clear, Sami? So this document which I have shared with you, and if I show you here, if I show you again, yeah, where is, yeah, here. And if I open this document for you again, open, and please note it down that the DNS machine, the DNS has the, yeah, what is the DNS IP address? 208.65.220.220. What is the IP address that has been, should be given to the DNS? What should be? 208.67. This is not some words from some holy book. That's something you have to decide. And I will make you expert of this, that how you will do this. But here we assume that this is given to us. Clear? So please do write with you and you will tell me. 208.67.220.220. And the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. लिख लिया अपने पास? लिख लिया? ओके, अब मैं आता हूं जी अपनी मशीन पे. अब मैं आता हूं अपनी मशीन पे. ये है मेरी मशीन, ये है इसका ओके. तो द फर्स्ट इज क्या जी? 208.67.220.220. सॉरी, ठीक है, ठीक है. वन थिंग मोर, इसको मैं चाहता था कि बड़ा हो, लेकिन ये चले, अब बेहतर हो गया. One thing more, ladies and gentlemen, and that is lease time. What it means? This IP address, which is assigned by you to you by this machine, for how much time? For 10 minutes? For 1 hour? For 2 hours? For 24 hours? It again depends upon you how you configure it. This is called the lease time. What do we call it? Lease time. So here you can give the lease time. So he's saying that if you give it 0, it means 1 day. It means 24 hours. But you can, for example, you can make it whatever you want. Clear? If you make it 30 minutes, after 30 minutes, this IP address will be taken back by this machine and it may be given to some other because it's dynamic. It is not static. Clear हो गया? Okay, ये तो हो गया एक चीज. फिर मैं इसी मशीन के पास जाके वायरलेस में ये चीज आपको दिखाना चाहूंगा. Okay, now this machine also, this machine which is visible to you on your screen, offer 3 different interfaces. How many interfaces? One is at 2.4 gigahertz and 2 at 5 gigahertz. 2 at 5 gigahertz. So we are interested only in one interface. You may use all the 3. You may use all the 3. As you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, Cisco admin 2, Cisco admin 3, but machine is 1. So it means I have used all the 3 interfaces. All the 3 interfaces. So it's up to you. You use 1, 2, or all 3. Good. Use all. Use all. Okay. What should be the name of this? As you can see here, what is the name of the network to which I am connected? Cisco admin. Cisco So you should write here Cisco admin. You should write here, instead of default, you should write here Cisco admin. Cisco admin, for example. Or maybe your home, my home, Sami network. Okay.
Yes.
Then if you want to keep it enabled, this interface you have to choose enable. And if you want to disable, you have to choose the disable. So now this 5 gigahertz will not be available for the clients. Only 2.4 gigahertz will be available to the client. And the name which we give, it is normally called SSID. This is called a SSID. So now this network which we are configuring has a SSID of Cisco admin. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So my router task, is it clear? Okay. So the good point is, if you have any question, you will be provided with the recording. So you can watch at your hostel, sit calmly and listen it again, and you can go through the same lecture again and again as much you want. So we provide you the maximum possibility to work. Okay. So my router configuration is over. Now already my device is connected to it. Already connected to it. But if not connected, then the method is that I should click it. I should go to the desktop. I should go to the PC wireless. I should go to the PC wireless. Click it, double click it. Yeah. And it is showing me that it is already connected. You have successfully connected to the accessor point. And if it is not connected, I will say connect. I will click the connect and it will show me the networks which are available. However, why it is not showing me the name? Oh, I haven't, sorry, I haven't saved. Sorry, I should go back to the router. I need to save it. That's very important. I go back to my router. That's the reason it was showing default. Very bad. In the meantime, I should use my power. Okay, so you can see here what we have done, nothing is being saved. So that is something mistake. We shouldn't do again. So you will tell me the IP address of our DNS 208.67.220.220. And I should save it. And then go back to my wireless. Show here the name Cisco admin, Cisco Academy, ACAD, Cisco Acad, and I disable these two. And I need to save it. Otherwise it will be lost again. Okay, Sami? So I saved it now. Now I close it and I go to my wireless device, which is laptop. I go to the PC and I go to the connect, and it will be showing you here the network which are available and only one. And what is the name of this network? Cisco Acad, Cisco Academy. And it is showing you only 2.4 giga and not 5 gigahertz. Good. And it's showing you these are the parameters of this device, which we'll be covering later. Like he's showing that this network, which is here, is infrastructure mode. It is supporting B, G, and N. What are these B, G, N? I will explain, but not now. The radio band is auto. The security is not having implemented, disabled. And MAC address of this machine is this 0001 blah blah blah. Correct? And I will connect. I will click here the connect, and it is connected. It is connected. Got it? Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next thing which I am interested, definitely I said that these two devices should get an IP address from this DHCP. These two Here there are 2, it might be 20. Here it is 2, but it might be 20. So go to each of these device. Okay. G. So what you should do? You should go to the IP configuration. IP configuration, and instead of using the, you see here, it is a dynamic. So I make it a static back and then click the static. What do you expect what is doing? Look at here, ladies and gentlemen. Be careful. When I click it here, DHCP, you will see something written here. Something written here. What's your name? इसहाक. तो इसहाक आपने मुझे बताना है कि यहाँ क्या लिखा हुआ आ रहा है. I'm clicking here, requesting IP, and then DHCP request successful. And what IP it got? 0.51. We have chosen there that you can give from 50 up to 30 more, 79. So it has given this 50 to this machine. Then it is the same subnet mask. That is the gateway of this machine is gateway. So this is the gateway IP address. And that is the DNS. अभी आप लोगों ने बताया था मुझे 208.67.220.220. Remember?
Yes, sir.
From here, from where it got everything from this DHCP server. So this is the client, this is the server. Moreover, ladies and gentlemen, I can check as well. I close this, and Ishtiaq, I am going to the command prompt. CMD. I am going to the command prompt. Here is the command prompt. What command I am writing here? IP config /all. And I am entering. You can see here. This is the Bluetooth. Wireless is. You can see here 192.168.0.51. You can see here the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. You can see here the gateway 192.168.0.1. You can see here the DHCP is 192.168.0.1 because this machine is acting as a gateway. What is gateway? Through which you reach to the world. You reach to the world. That machine is called a default gateway. What we call it? A default gateway. So it is telling you further the DNS server 208.67.220.220, which is this machine. You got it? Understandable? Now I go to this router, this machine, which is the desktop. I go to the desktop. I go to the IP and it is static. What I need? Dynamic. Okay, I choose the dynamic and Ishtiaq, you will read from here again. Here is I click requesting IP address. Request successful. And the next IP is given to it 0.52. 255.255.0. The same gateway because for both of these the gateway is the same. For both the DNS is the same. Getting?
Yes.
Understanding? Okay. Move further. Ladies and gentlemen, even if I go to the same, let it be the same machine, and I go to the command prompt, and here I write IP config again /all. And it is showing you the IP address of this machine. It is showing you the subnet mask of this machine. It is showing you the gateway of this machine. It is showing you the DHCP server of this machine. It is showing you the DNS server of this machine. Clear? Clear, gentlemen? And from where Zarva this is getting all of this information? All of this information which I showed you here, like this DNS, like the gateway, like the DHCP, like the subnet, like the IP, From where it is, this machine is getting, this PC0 is getting from where? From the router. From the DHCP route, from the router, which is acting as a DHCP. Clear? Okay. Okay. So, gentlemen, this part is okay. Now I have to go to this cloud. So if I click this cloud, it shows me this is the cloud. Different interfaces. You can see here, sorry, you can see here that it has the coaxial as well. It has the Ethernet as well, consoles, ports. If not, the slots are open. I can check from the module and put it into the. But for this, first of all, what I have to do, I have to make this cloud off. I have to make it off. This is, you can see green. You can see here green. It means it is on. Now you cannot put any card into your machine. Like for example, if your laptop is on, can you add a hard disk to it? Can you add a RAM to it? No. You have to make it off, add the hardware, and again make it on. Okay, Sarva? Okay. But for the time being, I don't need, because in this example, I need a coaxial port and an Ethernet port, and both are available. Coaxial is there, Ethernet is there. Or I can add to these slots. No problem. Clear? Okay. So, gentlemen, I go to the config, and first of all, you can give any name to this cloud. Maybe Cisco cloud, maybe Cisco cloud _ cloud, your choice. Then you should go to the connections, and which connection you are using, whether you are using a frame relay, or you are using a DSL, or you are using a cable modem. You are using here to this cloud what CPE is being used. Through the coaxial, you are connecting to cable modem. So that's the reason you should take here from here cable modem. And it is telling you that you are connected to the coaxial 7 port. Coaxial 7 port. And this is connected, you can see here coaxial 7. Coaxial 7. And the other Ishtiaq interface is the Ethernet 0, Ethernet 6. Ethernet 6. So it means from coaxial, this data will go to the Ethernet 6. ऐसे ही है ना? It will be moving from coaxial 7 to Ethernet 6 and go to the server. So how I will be doing this? Let's see this as well. I click the Ethernet, and here I choose I'm not using the DSL, I'm using the cable. So I choose the cable, go back to my cable, and I have two. One on the from port is coaxial, and 2 port is the Ethernet 6. Okay, I use here add. As I use the add, coaxial and Ethernet is connected now. So it means the data will come from the coaxial and will go to the Ethernet. Will come from the Ethernet and will go to the coaxial. Understandable? Clear? Yes. Okay. Then if I go to the settings, it's fine. Everything is fine, fine, and fine. Okay, fine. Now the final thing is, ladies and gentlemen, I should go to the server. So I click this server, and 2 servers I have to configure here. How many? One is the DHCP, remember? And the other one is the DNS. DHCP and DNS. So go to the services. Simple. Go to the DHCP. Where is it in DHCP? Here. Can you see it? And your DHCP service is for the time being off. What do you need? On. Good. That is on now. The service has been started. Good. Next, what you should want to give the name to the, because you have seen that you need to have a pool of IPs which you assign to your clients. You need to have a pool of IPs which you assign to the clients. So this pool should be given some name. You may call it a Cisco pool. You may call it a Cisco, depending upon your choice, not mine. Cisco pool. Then what should be the, I go to these two again, but I can go directly here. Tell me, Tahreem, what should be the DNS server machine address? 208.67.220.220. Okay. This machine should give some starting IP address and its subnet mask. And then how many IP address this machine can be able to provide. Clear? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is given here. This is given in your document. Probably it is, I am here. Yeah. If I go here, I should see what IP he's assigning. So I should assign the same. Okay. Okay. Yeah, here. Make this DHCP pool service on. Give the name. I gave Cisco pool. You can, he's given the name this. Now, the default gateway address, please write with you, 208.67.220.220. Default gateway is 208.67.220.220. Again, I'm saying this is not the word from some holy book. That is being designed by people like you. So that we'll be covering. Then the DNS address 208.67.220.20. Starting IP is 208.67.220.1. Starting IP should be this 201, and the subnet mask should be 255.255.255.0, and maximum number of users should be, have you written? Have you noted? So then you have to tell me. So I go back to my machine here, and what should be my gateway? 208.67.220.220. DNS is again the same. Am I right? Okay. What is the starting IP? 208.67.220.1. What should be the subnet mask? 255.255.255.0. How many number of users? Okay, your choice. I go for 30. My choice. And I have to click the add. So you will see here, add Cisco pool. What is the default gateway? What is the address of the DNS? What is the starting IP? What is the subnet mask? What is the, how many number of users? So that is being recorded here, configured here. Clear, everyone? Okay. Then what other server I have to configure? DNS. What other server I need to configure? DNS. So here is the DNS. I click the DNS server here. Again, please let me know whether your DNS service is on or off. Off. What I need to do? On. So I made it on. That is on now. Clear? What should be the name of this? What should be the name of your DNS server? You have to decide. For example, www.cisco, .cisco, you have to remember them. Cisco.com. That is the name I have given. That is the name of this DNS machine. Then what type of address I need to I require. There are different types. I will explain them in recording. So we are good now. So I will explain what mean by this A record. I will explain what mean by quad A records and all this. But here for IP version 4, the record name is A record. That's the reason I have chosen A record. Correct? Okay. What is the address of this machine? DNS 209.208.67.220.220. You can see from here as well. You can see from here as well that this is your DNS. Yeah, this is your DNS. You gave the name www.cisco.com. You have to take the type as A record and the address is 208.67.220.220. So I go back to my machine. Yeah, here. And here I gave 208.67.220.220, nothing written. 208.67.220.220 and add. So this is added. Clear, ladies and gentlemen? Is it clear? Okay. I close it here. Last thing, I go to the settings and I have to give the IP address to this machine. What is the default gateway? 208.67.220.1 is the gateway. Okay. And what is the DNS? 208.67.220.220. Am I right or wrong? नहीं, डिफॉल्ट गेटवे जो है दोबारा दिखा देता हूं. डिफॉल्ट गेटवे इज .208.67.220.1. जी. Let me check. It should not give you any error. Okay, so it's working. So we are right. We continue. And ladies and gentlemen, okay. And you, whatever you want to give this Cisco 67. So your IP address is this one, fast Ethernet 0. Here it is my server. This is my fast Ethernet. Statically, the IP address of my machine is how much? 208.67.220.220, and the subnet mask is 255.255.25.0. All done. Very nice. I close it here and I go to my network now. So first thing I want to do is, this is my network. I want to see whether this device is connected to this device or not. How I will do this? And please do note that the IP address of this laptop is on your screen 192.168.0.51. 0.51. While my this PC has an IP address of 192.168.0.52. And IP address of my this machine is 192. Okay. You should see one thing more here. What is the IP address of this internet port? What is the IP address of this internet port? 208.67.220.1, because it is acting as a gateway. Okay, let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. I go to this machine, I go to the command prompt, and I ping myself. And my IP is 190, my IP is 192.168.1.52. Am I right? No, 0.52. Check. It is responding, and it should. Which means this machine sent 4 packets to itself, and all the 4 responses are received. It should be. But if I do here, ladies and gentlemen, instead of 52, I use 51. 51 is the IP address of this laptop. I am sitting on PC 0. I am sitting on PC 0. Let's see this. Oh, yeah, it is also responding. It is also responding. Is it responding? Yes?
Yes.
Now I write here ping www.cisco.com. Yeah, it is responding or not? I sent 4 packets. Where is this Cisco.com? This machine. It means the packet has been sent to this router, to this cable modem, to this cloud, to this server, and server responded. Which means the connectivity is there. The connectivity is there. So that shows what configuration we did. All right. The last 2-3 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, I close this for the time being. And instead of using the real mode, I go to the simulation. Here I chose the simulation. Okay, look at here. All the protocols which are available are mentioned here, but I'm not interested in all of them for the time being. I'm interested in ping. And do remember, ping uses a ICMP. So what I do here, I say show all. So now none of the protocol is available to me. And now I go to the edit filter and I chose, please let me know where ICMP is. Here is the ICMP. Is it there? Okay. I close it and you can see here which protocol is available to me. Only ICMP is available to me in this network now. All the other protocols which may be creating some disturbance to me, I have disabled them. I have removed them. Is it clear, Zarva? Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, see. Again, I am using ping. Again, I am using the same ping. I am going to the command prompt. And I am using the ping. Ping www.cisco. Look at here, gentlemen. As I click here, something should come here. How? that I click it here once. Yeah, it is showing that some packet started from PC0 to the wireless router. You can see here something started from PC0 and reached to the wireless router. Now, next step. Wireless router send it to the cable modem. Wireless router send it to the cable modem. Then cable modem send it to the cloud. Cloud send it to the, very nice, to the DNS server, which is named server 0. Now it will be responding. Jawab aayega. Let's see. Jawab is coming from server 0 to the Cisco cloud. Cisco cloud is sending it to the modem. Modem is sending it to the wireless router. And wireless router will be sending it to the PC0. So we can see that is the beauty of this simulator, that we can see at what step what is happening. And more important is for me now, I take one of the packet. Let it be this one. I click this and it shows me this. What it is? It is the OSI model, which you have never seen in your life. In your classroom, only the teacher say there is layer, protocol, blah, blah, nothing's shown. Here it is showing me. It is showing me. So you can see here, that is the layer 3, which is the network layer. That is the layer 2, which is the data link layer, which is Ethernet in this case. Clear? That is the gigabit port of this PC0. Then this is the in layer and this is the out layer. So it is showing me how gigabit Ethernet 1 receives the frame. This is the gigabit port, as you remember. This gigabit port is receiving a frame. It is telling you the inbound, and you will see these are the headers which we have to cover, जो कि आपको कभी भी नजर नहीं आते. यहाँ पे हम दिखाते हैं कि देखो ये आईपी का हेडर है. ये कौन सा प्रोटोकॉल था? ईथरनेट. देख लो ईथरनेट का हेडर है. पढ़ाऊंगा कि ईथरनेट का हेडर 18 बाइट्स का है. पढ़ाऊंगा कि ये 20 बाइट्स का है. उसके बाद ये आईसीएमपी का हेडर. तो हर चीज जो कि वहां पे आप सिर्फ पढ़ते थे, यहाँ पे आप देखते हो. And similarly, I will be doing this for your live traffic by using Wireshark or TCP dump or TCP dump. Does it make sense now? तो जो layer मैं करता रहा था और कभी समझ नहीं आती थी, now you can easily see how, yeah, they are the layers. You can go to the next one, router. Yeah. You can go to the next one. Yeah. So everywhere you can see what is happening. What is how these are populated. All these things we can see. Definitely we can see. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Is it any question from you people? Especially, first of all, I should go to the online students where I have Abu Zar, Fatima, and Savera. Do you have any of you have any question? Savera, Fatima, and Abu Zar, are you clear? What hopefully it will be very interesting for you, क्योंकि आज आपने practical को वाकई practical के तौर पे किया. And in the chat is multiple chats are yes sir, no question. Okay, if there is no question, then I stop here and I ask the physical student, starting from Sami. Sami, do you have any question? Sorry, I don't remember your name, but Muhammad. So Muhammad, do you have any question? No? तो यहाँ पे हम यही देख रहे थे कि हमने पूरा that the reason the question has been asked by Ishtiyaq, and that is that the cloud, who will configure the cloud? The man sitting at his home? The answer is no. But the question is, there is somebody hired by the ISP, a person named Ishtiaq, who will do this all work. So that's the reason we are telling you, dear gentlemen, a person like you will be there and doing these tasks. Clear?
Yes.
Ji, Tahreem. Okay. The question is being asked. Let me go to the first chat. Probably there is nothing. No, sir. Okay. लाजमी नहीं, लेकिन आप एक ही मशीन को मल्टीपल काम दे देते हैं। मिसाल के तौर पे मुझे कहा जाता है कि जी आप सिस्को एकेडमी के फोकल पर्सन हो, इसका मतलब मैं टीचर तो नहीं हूं। फिर मैं जब यहां बैठ जाता हूं तो मुझे कहा जाता है कि जी आप फोकल पर्सन नहीं हो या फोकल पर्सन भी हो लेकिन इस वक्त टीचर हो, तो मैं टीचिंग शुरू कर देता हूं। फिर मुझे कहा जाता है कि जी इस लैब को आपने मेंटेन रखना है, तो ये टीचर का भी काम नहीं है और फोकल पर्सन का भी काम नहीं है, ये तो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर का काम है कि वो इन लैब को मेंटेन करे। इसका मतलब मैं वो बन जाता हूं। तो हम मोस्टली एक ही डिवाइस को मल्टीपल काम जब लेने लगते हैं, इसलिए हमारा बाजू का डीएनएस भी वही हो जाता है, हमारा डीएचसीपी भी वही हो जाता है हमारा। मिसाल के तौर पे इफ आई गो, अभी आपने सीएमडी देखा, मैं अभी सीएमडी पे दोबारा जाता हूं, ये मैं अब रियल में चला गया, अभी सिमुलेटेड नहीं है। यहां देखो, आई गिव आईपी कॉन्फिग /all and look at my wireless. This is the wireless adapter. So you can see that this is the IP address mine. My gateway भी वही है, मेरा DHCP भी वही है, मेरा DNS भी वही है। तो a single machine is doing these 3 tasks simultaneously. इसके अलावा भी कर रही है, जो कि आपको यहां नजर नहीं आ रहा। आपके पैकेट्स को भी तो ले रही है ना, आपके पैकेट्स को आगे भी तो भेज रही है ना, वापस आता है तो आपको वापस भी तो देता है। इसका मतलब एक मशीन मल्टीपल टास्क। गॉट इट तारीम? जी जरवा, क्लियर एवरीवन? जी नो चैप्टर 11 में जब क्वेश्चन हैज बीन आस्क्ड, गुड क्वेश्चन, कि जहां भी सबनेट मास्क देखते हैं 255.255.255.0 नजर आता है। लेकिन अगर पॉसिबल हुआ, जो कि मेरे ख्याल से होना चाहिए, मैं अभी आपके सवाल का जवाब पूरा करने के लिए आई चेंज माई नेटवर्क, अल्लाह करे कि मैं डिस्कनेक्ट ना हूं, तो मैं आपके सवालों का ये जी कनेक्ट हो गया। मैं उसी जगह पे आईपी कॉन्फिग /all कर रहा हूं, और मुझे बताओ क्या वही 255.255.255.0 है? नहीं। इसका मतलब लाजमी नहीं है, कुछ भी हो सकता है। तो बताऊंगा अगेन, इस वक्त इज नॉट पॉसिबल कि आपको क्लियर क्या हो जाए, लेकिन ये सारी चीजें जब ये कोर्स खत्म होगा तो ये सारी चीजें आपके पास होंगी कि क्यों। इसलिए मैं बार बार पूछता कहता हूं कि सोचते रहो क्यों, लेकिन इस वक्त अगर मैं जाऊं तो बहुत आगे है, तो कंफ्यूज हो जाओगे। ठीक है जी? और एनीवन एल्स? नथिंग? So ladies and gentlemen, I stop here, and inshallah we'll be meeting again tomorrow at 3:30.